Hey, what's going on, guys? Today, we're just gonna talk about whether or not Kazuya in Smash Ultimate is broken or if he's trash. Let's get into it. So by the time this video comes out, Kazuya would have been out by, I want to say, a few days, right? By now. And everyone's, sharing their Twitter combos, everyone's sharing, their combos on YouTube and everything. And I've been playing a fair bit of Kazuya. I want to say I maybe spent like an entire day's worth of time on him. Not like a shit ton of time, but I want to, as someone who plays very, I play competitive Smash Brothers. Just give my 2 cents as to whether or not I think we're gonna see, Kazuya on like the bottom of tier list, or we're gonna see him like, headlining top 8 at like tournaments whenever tournaments are back up and going. And you know what? I think Kazuya has a lot of issues as a character, but he's also extremely strong, right? So I feel from the time I've been playing with him, I've played with a few friends. I've played an online tourney mode, and I've also spent a couple of hours with him in the training mode to try to see if I can understand how Kazuya functions. Now I will say that like the inputs for Kazuya, because I'm sure you guys know by now, Kazuya being from Tech, and he has his traditional fighting game inputs. None of them are really that hard, honestly. Like it seems like a grand majority, if not all of the inputs, are quite literally the same motion on the stick. It's literally just like forward, down, and then I want to say like down, forward, or whatever. So it's not really all that complicated. Not to mention, like, considering the type of franchise that he comes from, he could have been significantly more complicated. I also thought it was kind of funny how Kazuya's 10-hit combo quite literally is just hitting the A button repeatedly and holding A to do it. In my analysis video, I did predict that move would be some kind of automatic thing, and it did end up being the case. I think in my analysis, the only thing I got wrong was that his While Rising punch wouldn't allow you to get smash attacks, but it does. Who knew? So that move is actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. But in terms of everything else on my analysis, I think I pretty much got everything right. So, that went well. And in terms of how he does in terms of matchups with other characters, now this is going to take a lot longer than like a couple of days, right? Because Kazuya just came out, it's only been a couple of days, and this game has, what, I think 70 something fighters. Like that's a ridiculous amount to figure out the matchup for every single character when, the character has barely been out. But in terms of what I've seen so far, he seems to have a good amount of trouble when it's anyone with a particular range. Kazuya, since his air mobility isn't really that fast, and since he's pretty heavy, he doesn't jump very high. Any character that just can kind of, take advantage of him in terms of range, in terms of projectiles, it can be a little difficult to deal with. He does have a reflector kick. It's not really that hard to do. You just kind of double tap and then A, and that kind of works out. It works. It's not the best reflector since you kind of have to time things perfectly. So you still can get, just a bit camped out when playing as Kazuya. Or you can camp him out if you're fighting against the Kazuya. The laser can be an issue. Like I think that is his best option with dealing with people who are taking advantage of his lack of mobility. But considering the laser seems kind of limited because while it is somewhat fast and it is, it goes pretty far, he's stuck in that animation for a good while, and it goes in a straight line, so it's not really that hard to avoid, especially if you're playing a character who can duck in any fashion. If you're a character who's short, like if you're playing as Snake, you can just crawl under it. If you're playing as like Kirby, you just don't have to do anything, you just walk. And while he could angle it down, the range is like, significantly lower for that reason, so it doesn't really, do as much as it looks like it would. His most optimal way of playing him, it's obviously the most optimal way you would play Ryu, Ken, and Terry, which is utilizing his combos. Now, the downside to Kazuya in terms of these other fighters is that Kazuya while we don't know his frame data exactly, at least at the time of this recording, I don't know Kazuya's frame data. It is clearly slower than that of, you know, Ken, Ryu, Terry. So if he's fighting with one of those characters, I feel like more often than not, Kazuya is going to have to play a lot of footsies. He's going to practice a lot of spacing to try to, you know, find his way in, you know, abuse some of the invincibility that he has in some of his moves. I know one of his he has like this one particular kick, right, where his leg pretty much like becomes invincible. You know, he would have to take advantage of, you know, things like that to kind of like even things out for himself. But when he does get things going, Kazuya is doing a shit ton of damage. I know some people were worried about, you know, how easy that 10-hit combo is, and, you know, how good will it be. But, you know, thanks to people on Twitter, we found out that that move is actually not that good. Because if you do Kazuya's 10-hit combo, and the other player can easily just hold back and avoid it. The only good thing I've noticed about the 10-hit combo is a common mistake that's happening with players, and not so much something that's happening because of the move being good in of itself, which is the fact that when a lot of times people are kind of desperate to get out, they'll hold down the shield button and then get taken off stage with it. And, you know, because of the way Smash Ultimate works, you end up buffering an air dodge, you air dodge, and then you end up dying because, you know, the game buffered the air dodge, and then you just fell, and you lose a stock for that reason. But again, that's something that I feel is gonna go away after a while. Like, once people get used to seeing Kazuya go for that 10-hit combo, they're gonna very easily get out of the combo and also know not to buffer an air dodge. I'm guilty of it. I've done it myself. Many of my friends that I played Kazuya against have also done that themselves. So this is something that is very common. I've even seen people on Twitter talk about how Kazuya's best combo is basically just doing the 10-hit combo at the ledge and making people buffer an air dodge. He does have a lot of very strong combos. There's a combo using Electric Wind God Fist that allows you to basically confirm into a smash attack, which is extremely good. That is an extremely good option to have. And even if people are able to get out of the 10-hit combo pretty early, it's not totally useless. You still get a few hits in before people are able to get out, and considering that you can cancel the move at any time in the combo, it's really not that bad. Like, you can get a few hits in, stop when the person's about to get out, and maybe react to it. There have been situations where I've had someone, you know, fall out, or they, you know, they DI backwards and they get out of the combo, but because I'm expecting them to do that, I'll cancel the move suddenly and then go up and grab them. And Kazuya grabs are not that bad. They send low, and down throw specifically, I believe, does lead into certain combos, while up throw can kill at certain percentages. So, all in all, Kazuya's not a bad character. His combos are extremely strong. Once you learn them, you're going to be able to kill people extremely early. And, you know, I think that he has a lot of potential to be really good. However, I will say, just for the sake of this video, I'm 100% sure that Kazuya is not broken. He's pretty good, though. I'll give him that. He's pretty good. How high in the tier list would I put him? I don't know. I think that is going to require a lot more time and patience and, you know, figuring out what his frame data is and all that kind of stuff. But I think he's pretty good. I think he's going to be similar to that of like Ken, Ryu, and Terry, where he's going to be as good as how much time you put into him. If you just kind of pick him up, people are typically just going to go for 10-hit combo and some smash attacks. And that's kind of it. Like, they're not going to really do confirms or do combos or anything like that. But if you're willing to put hours and hours and hours of time into Kazuya, he's going to be kind of scary. He's going to be really good. I don't know. Personally speaking, I think it is easier to play as Terry. I feel like I just, you know, understand his combos a lot better, and I just understand how he works a lot more, but that's probably because I've just started playing Kazuya. But I think Kazuya is just, you know, he's somewhere in the middle for me, where I don't really like playing Ryu and Ken. I love playing as Terry, and I think Kazuya falls somewhere, he's closer to Terry. Like, I have a lot more fun playing Kazuya, but I still need more time to understand him like I do understand Terry. But that's kind of all I have for you guys today. I don't think he's broken. I think he's pretty good. He's not trash, but you guys are clearly gonna have a very different opinion than I do. So feel free to let me know in the comments down below. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Shifty, yeah, shifty. Wanna be the #1 gamer? Come and get me. It'd be dope if you subscribe. Could you like the vid, please? Take your time, you don't gotta do it swiftly. Shifty, shifty.